Good morning friends. Today we will start one new subject, that is machine designs. This is as per the syllabus of the 5th semester diploma in mechanical engineers. I am not a professor, I am not a lecturer, I am not a teacher. I am a self learner. I want to share my knowledge to my juniors by self study. Self study is the best study in the world. So friends, this is a chapter numbers 1 and this is introduction of the machine designs. We will do the lecture numbers 1. So friends, this is your course code is MET 501 and semester 5th semester, and the examination hour is 3 hours, and a class test we are doing the 20, the assignment, internal assessment, teachers assessment is 10, and the end of the semester the 70 marks we are doing, maximum is 100 marks. Okay, and the design data book is allowed as per your syllabus. So friends, this is your why the machine design you are studying. He has given the machine design is a art of planning, the art of planning the new and improved machines to accommodate the specific purpose, and the idea of designs help to the visualize specific the selection part and component which constitute. Hence all mechanical engineers should know these subjects. So core subject of this one is the understanding the behavior of material and their uses, and understanding the design of various fastening elements and their industrial uses, understanding the different failure of the design elements, and understanding the change of design accommodates in different field of applications. So friends, the learning resource, and as per your syllabus, it is telling the R.S. Khurmi, a textbook of machine design, is that S. Chand publication you can refer, and a P.C. Sharma or D.K. Agrawal, textbook of machine design, S.K. Kataria and Sons, the publication name. V.B. Bhandari, this is good books, you can refer the design of machine element chem, and S.M. the design data books, okay, under the publication. So specifically for diploma, you use the R.S. Khurmi, it will give the clear idea. After that, you go to the Bhandari. So friends, at the end of my lecture, student will be able to understand the introduction to the machine design, and it is classified, and the state and types of the loads, define the working stress and yield stress, ultimate stress and factor of safety, state the mechanical property of the materials, state the factor affecting the design of machine elements, and describe the design procedures. These 6 points we will cover in this following lectures of this introduction of machine design chapters. So friends, we will do the introduction, why design is important, what is the designs. First you just try to understand that. The design is essentially a decision making process, okay, it is a decision making process. If we have a problems, we need to design a solution. If we have a problem, we need to design a solution. In other words, to design is to formulate the plan to satisfy particular need and to create the something which is physical reality. So means if I have a problems, then I have to do the solutions. That this is that the process is called the designs. If you have a problem, you need to solutions. What type of solutions you have to do? This process, this is a decision making process. You have to formulate plan how to satisfy the particular needs. What is your need? First you have to know. Then based on the need, you have to make a formulated plan to satisfy your design requirement. We will see that an example. So consider an example. Design a chairs. A number of chair. You know that the sitting chairs. Design a chair. How will design the chairs? Number of factors you have to consider like that. The purpose for which the chair is designed, such whether it is used to easy chairs or an office chair, or recommends a dining tables. So chair, different types of chair is there. Office chair, or if you are individual sitting in home, or in the dining chairs. First you have to know the what is your need. Whether the chair is designed for a grown up person or child. So the design you have to know that it is for the adults or children's for sittings. Okay. Whether the chair is a chair, it is strength and cost need to determine. So you have to know if it is a grown up persons, then the strength of the chair should take the loads of the persons. If it is children's, then you have to take based on the what is the weight of the children's, and that should be carried out by these chairs. And you should also consider the cost, it should not be more. So that should be reasonable cost, then only people can buy this one. Okay, that you have to keep in your mind. That is also first, this is one main aspect for design consideration. Okay, finally the aesthetic of design chairs. Okay, you have to do that. So what is the actually machine designs? The subject machine design is the creation of a new and better machines to improve the existing one. So the design means, the machine design means you have to create creation of the new and better machines for improving the existing one. You can design your machine that should be new, or maybe the one improved versions. A new or better one is which is your, what is the new and better? It should have more economical and overall cost of production and operations. So the cost of production should be more economical, it should not be very high cost. The preparation of the okay, so like that. The process of design is a long and time consuming process. From the study of an existing idea, a new idea has to be convinced. The idea is then studied and keeping in mind its commercial success and giving the shape and to form in form of drawings. So in the preparation of drawing, you must take in the care and the availability of a resource in the money and man and material requirement for the success completion of the new idea into the actual reality. And in design a machine component, it is necessary to have a good idea about the all subject like mathematics, engineering, mechanics, strength of materials, and theory of machine and workshop process and engineering drawings. So machine design is ultimate, it is a topmost job. So you should have all knowledge. Mathematics you should have knowledge, engineering mechanics you study it in second semester, strength of material third semester, theory of machine maybe fourth semester, workshop process and engineering drawings you studied first and second semester, and as well as fourth and semesters like third semesters. Like that, all combining knowledge is important to study the machine designs. Okay. So we'll do the classification of the designs. We'll do the classification of designs. What the classification of design, the types of design is three types. One is adaptive design, one developmental design, one is new designs. There are two types, one is adaptive designs, one is developmental design and new design. Remember that there are three types of designs in there. One adaptive designs, developmental design and new designs. So what is the adaptive designs? In most cases, the designer's work is concerned with the adoption of existing designs. This type of design needs no special knowledge or skill. It can be attempted by designers of ordinary technical trainings. The designers only to make the minor alteration or modification in the existing design of product. This adaptive designs means it is no need any designers to do more work. Already the design is available, and just you have to modification you have to do just for your requirement. We'll do an example. So this is based on these existing designs. You know some example, the standard product of the system. New application, the conveyor belt, the control system of machine, the mechanism or mechanisms of the some existing design is knows. Design adapted to particular uses only. The belt design using the conveyors. Okay. This is the adaptive design is based in the existing designs. Okay, it means the design is existing. Just you make the minor alteration or modification of existing design. So if you see the conveyor belt, so the belt design, just you apply based on the requirement where you are using. The control system of machine also just you particular where your applications. So the gear design already just you gear where you are using these gears. Suppose your transmission, power transmission you are using, the capacity of this one. Suppose the capacity of load carrying capacity is increasing, so design of the gear, you know, just you modify the design, just you will find out the size of the gears like that. So you know that just you have to modify that. But if you see the development design, here we start with the existing design, but finally the modified design is obtained. A new model of car is typical example of developmental designs. Means here we are start the existing design is there, but finally we are modify the existing design to open. This type of designs needs considerable scientific training and design ability in order to modify the existing design into a new idea by adapting a new material or different method of manufacturing. Okay, different means this type of designs consider scientific training and design ability in order to modify the existing designs into new idea by adapting a new materials or different method of manufacturing. So see the developmental, so like that. So designer, the thought of designer starts from the existing designs, but final the product may be different quite markedly from the original product. Means what I am telling us, see the day to day the car is, the design of the car is varying. So the concept of the design of the car is existing, but day to day market, what is the model, different model is coming by changing the materials and the shape of the design and manufacturing of safe manufacturing and the efficiency, like that just little modification they are doing, and they are doing, this is called the developmental designs. So here little it is required some training, scientific training and design ability is required here. So new design, this type of design is enter new, this type of design is enter new, but based on the existing scientific principle. Scientific principle already existing, but you have to do the designs, new design, this is new design, but based on the scientific principle. No scientific invention is involved, not scientific knowledge to be in invention, and requires a creative thinking. Here require only creative thinking. How will apply the principle of the science? Already the law is available, that you have to use this law and get the new designs, and the creative thinking to solve the problems. Example, this type of design is include designing a small vehicle for transportation of men or material on board ship or in deserts. Means that you know that how the working principle of vehicle you know, but your aim is to the transport of men and material aboard a ship. How will ship you have to transport and the desert area you have to transport? So you have to do the new design. But the principle of the automobile, the principle of IC engine, how it is works, you know. But you have to use it in the design such that it will be able to transport the man and material on board and ship. This type of design needs lot of research and technical ability and creativity thinking. This design needs a lot of research, technical ability and creativity thinkings. Okay. So friends, type of machine designs, just this is last summary. The adaptive design, the design works concerned with the adaptation of existing design, only make the minor alteration or modification in the existing design as the product. Development design, this type of design needs considerable scientific and training design ability in order to modify the existing design in a new idea by adopting a new material on different methods of manufacturing, start from the design. This is the final product may be different quite, this is the car designs. Okay, this is already the pulley, the pulley belt already the design of the belt, design of the belt you know, and based on the application you are using the conveyor or power transmission you can do. New design, this type of design needs a lot of research and technical ability and creative thinkings. So friend, classification of machine design based on the method. Based on this method, it is called a rational design and empirical design and industrial design. There are three types of based on the method. One is the rational design, one is empirical design, one is the industrial design. What is the rational design? This type of design depending on mathematical formula of the principle of mechanics. This is depending upon the mathematical formula or of the principle of mechanics. This based on the determining the stress and strain of the component and therefore deciding their dimensions. So this type of design depending on mathematical formula. So you know that like that stress is equal to P by A. Here you can calculate the stress and strain is equal to del L by L, this formula. Principle of mechanics you have to use, and based on the stress and strain and component are therefore deciding the dimensions. Okay, this type of design depending upon the mathematical formula, the principle of mechanics. Okay, one is empirical formulas. This type of design depending upon the empirical formula based on the practice and past experience. This is based on this the empirical formula. You cannot prove this one. This empirical formula based on the experience, past experience. For example, when you tighten a knot on a bolt, the force exerted stress induced cannot be determined exactly, but experience shows that tightening force may be P is equal to 8D, D is equal to diameter, D is equal to diameter, bolt diameter in mm, and P is applied force. So in that connections, so you are applying what is the, you can calculate the P, how much force exerted by the tightening knot is equal to 284D. You cannot calculate, but you can calculate by this formula. So that this shows that this is called the empirical design. Directly you put the diameter of the bolt, then you find this much Newton force is acting. Therefore, this is much force kgf, or 0 if you put Newton will come. There is no mathematical backing the equation, but it is based on the observation and experience. By this experience and practical, we can find out an empirical formula. This you cannot, this is based on this empirical design. This is called the empirical design based on the past experience. We know that number of bolt will tight, and we are getting P is equal to 84D. So like that, D is the diameter of the bolt you will put, you will getting in this type of way. This formula is used for the calculated design. This is called empirical designs. So industrial designs. What is the industrial design? This design depending upon the production aspect to the manufacture any machining component in industries. This is based on the manufacturing consideration normal by the marketing survey, external looks, production facility, low cost and use of existing standard product. This is based on industrial consideration and norm by the market survey, external looks and production facility, low cost using existing standard product. So here I want to tell that this is based on the industrial considerations and norms, like the based on the market survey and external looks and product facility, low cost. This is based on this industrial consideration, based on the industrial consideration. This type of design depending on the product aspect to the manufacturing or any machining component in the industry. Okay, there are other types of design also is there. On optimum designs, you can that it is the best design for the given objective function under specified constraints. It may be achieved by minimizing the undesirable effect, like that. System design also is there. It is the design of any complex mechanical system like a motor car, like the system design also is there. Element design, it is a design of any element of mechanical system like piston, crankshaft and connecting rod, etc. That is called element designs. Computer aided designs, CAD, this type of design depending upon the use of computer system to assist the creation, modification, analysis and optimization of designs. Okay, this type of design also available. Now we will consider that general consideration in machine designs. What are the consideration? What are the consideration in the machine designs? What are the points you have to consider? What are the points you have to consider when we are doing the machine design? So there are so many points are there. We will see that one by one point how it is be how we are considering. Okay. Just trying to see just first we are taking type of loads and stress caused by the loads. You have to take the types of load acting on the machine components. Okay, machine components. So this is the first points. So the load on the machine component may act in the several way, due to which the internal stress will set off. The various type of load and stresses we discussed earlier that in strength of material, the various stresses you have to calculate, like the tensile stress, compressive shear stress, bending stress, and torsional stresses. Types of load is acting based on this load, you have to calculate the stress developed. The stress should not exceed the permissible strength or permissible strength of the materials, otherwise it will fail. So first consideration is the type of load and stress causing the internal loads. Okay. Then motion and the part or kinematic of machines. What the motion of the parts? What the motion of parts? What type of motion you have to consider, or kinematic of machine? The motion of parts you have to consider. What is the successful operation of any machine depending largely upon the simplest arrangement of the part, which will give the motion required. The motion of the part may be rectilinear motion, which includes the unidirectional and reciprocating motion, or curvilinear motion, which including the rotary and oscillatory and simple harmonic motion, or constant velocity or constant or variable accelerations. So which type of motion is the practical? So based on because the successful operation of any machine is depending upon the simplest arrangement. So based on the requirement, we have to see the motion of the part should not be more, that may be which type of the that may be rectilinear motion, or maybe the curvilinear motion, or maybe this is constant velocity motion, or maybe the constant or variable acceleration. So in this type of motions which you have to consider. Then the selection of material, this is very important part. Okay, it is essentially that a designer should have good knowledge of property of the materials and their behavior under the working conditions. Such the important of characteristics of material like the strength, durability, flexibility, weight, and resistance to heat and corrosion, and ability to cast, welded or harden, machinability, electrical conductivity, etc. The various type of engineering materials and the property already we discussed in material science. So, but you have to see that as a designers, you should know the material behaviors and that which condition the machine element is going to be used. Based on this, you have to calculate. And the mechanical characteristics like the strength, durability, flexibility, weight, resistance, and corrosion, ability to cast, this all is coming to picture here. Selection of the materials, the form and size, the size of the part. In the form and size of the part, the form and size is based on the judgment. The smaller practicable cross section may be used, but it may be checked the stress induced in the design cross sections are reasonably safe or not. The smaller is best, but you have to see that stress induced in the material should not cross the allowable stress of the materials. And also, in order to design a machine part of the form and size, it is necessary to know the force which part must be sustained. So you have to know that the machine element, you have to see the which part is a smaller size, and based on this, it is important to anticipate any suddenly applied or impact load or maybe cause the failure also. You have to see the form and size of the part also is important. Okay. The frictional resistance and the lubrication also important. The frictional resistance, if you not proper frictional resistance lubrication, this is always a loss of power. So whenever there is a resistance, frictional resistance or lubricant, there is a loss of power, due to which the frictional resistance, there is also loss of power due to the frictional resistance. And it should not note that the friction of starting is higher than the running frictions. It is therefore the essential that careful attention must be given to the matter of lubrication of the surface which move the contact with other, whether in rotating, sliding or rolling bearings. Okay. So to avoid the loss of power, so you have to do the appropriate lubrications. So that is very important. Convenient and economical fixtures. You have to, what are the convenient and economic fixtures? We just will see this point. In designing, the operating fixture of machines should be carefully studied, and the starting and controlling and stopping the lever should be located on the basis of convenient handling. The adjustment of where must be provided the employing the various taking of device and arranging them so that the alignment of part is preserved. If part is to be changed of different product or replace the account of wear and breakage, easy access should be provided and the necessary of removing the other part accompanies should be avoided is possible. Economical fixtures, conveniently you have to, based on the requirement you can change this product and you can change the other things. The economical operation of machine which is to be used to production or the process of material should be studied in order to learn whether it is a maximum capacity consisting the product or good product, like that you have to see. And you have to see always the standard part, the part of the elements should be standard parts. The use of standard part is closely related to the cost, because the cost of the standard or stock part is only the fraction of the cost and a similar part to be ordered. Standard or stock parts should be used whenever possible. Parts should be patterned are already existing in the gear, pulley and bearing and parts which have been selected in regular soft stock and screw, nuts and pins. Means you have to use it as a standard parts. If you available in the market, the pulley, key, this is all standard size. You use the powers, so you can save the cost. Okay, and safety operation also important. Some machines are dangerous to operate, especially those which are speeding up to ensure the production in the maximum rate. Okay, which are very fast speed is running. That time you have to see the safety of operation also very important. Any moving parts of machining which is within the zone of worker is considered, and accident hazards zone may be cause of injuries. It is therefore necessary that designer should always provide a safety device for safety of operator. The safety appliance should in the way to interface with the operation of the machine. So the safety operation is important. A designer should know that design is not a small job. So you have to know the safety of the employee also is important, and that also you know the workshop facility. You have to know a design engineer should be familiar with the limitation of the employer's workshop. So you should know the workshop, what is the availability, the facility is available, and there is a limitation. You should not. So if you suppose CNC machine is not there, but you are making the design with CNC machine. Here is not milling machine is not there, but you are designing the based on this milling machines operations. This is not acceptable. You should know that what is the limitation of workshop, and in order to avoid the necessity of having work done in some other workshop, it is sometimes necessary to plan and supervise the workshop operation and to draft method for the casting, handling and machining special parts. And you have to know that what facility, casting, welding, what machine facility is available in workshop. That is very, very important. The number of machine to be manufactured, you have to know number of machines to be manufactured. This is also very, very important. That what number of in these connections, the number of article of machines to be manufactured affect the design in number of way. The the engineering and sub cost, which are called the fixed charge or overhead expensive, are the distributed over the number of articles to the manufacturers. If one of a few articles are to be made, extra expenses are not justified unless the machine large number of some special design. In order to means whenever you are doing, you do the huge profit. Productivity should be more. So means you have to increase the number of manufacturing items. Then only it will be easy for the cost of production. If you one or two making, this is special design if there, then you can use that. Okay. Then cost of construction, that is also very important. The cost of productions, constructions of an article is important consideration involving the designs. In some cases, it is quite possible that a high cost of an article may be immediately bar it further consideration. If an article has been invented and tested and handled, made some sample have shown that it is a commercial value, it is then possible to justify the expenditure of a considerable sum of money and design development and automatic machines to produce the articles, especially if it is can be sold in the large number. The main aim of the design engineer understand all conditions should reduce the manufacturing cost as far as possible. Okay, then assembling is very also one important. In this, every machine or structures must be assembled in a unit before it can be functions. Large unit must be assembled in the shop, tested and then taken to the transport to their places in the service. Okay, the final location of the machine is important and the design engineer must be anticipated in the exact location and local facility of the erections. So assembly where you are doing, that is also very important. In this 12 points, again we are considering that in 12 points, that is the types of load you have to consider, then the motion you have to consider, then the selection of the material knowledge should be there, and the form and size of the parts, frictional resistance, lubrication is important. Without, if you will not do the lubrication, the power wastage will be there, right? So convenient and economical fixture you have to consider, that how it will be economical, and use of the standard parts. If market it is available the standard product, then use manufacturing cost you have to reduce. Use of standard part and safety operation is very important, and a designer must be know that what are the safety fixtures required during the machining or manufacturing. Okay, and then workshop facility, the designer should have an idea that what are the limitation of the workshop existing the employers. Based on this you have to design, you have to do the number of machine and manufacture. If number of machine of the component is increase, the cost of manufacturing will decrease, but where the special care is taking, that time you can use a special and cost will be high also, that doesn't matter. The cost of construction also important, and the assembly where you are doing the assembly with the less cost, that is also important. Okay, in these connections I will stop here. The next lectures we will see the general procedure of machine designs. We will see that how the need or aim and the synthetics mechanisms you are using, analysis of the force, material selection, design of elements, size and stress, modification, detail of drawings will study in the next chapter. Thank you very much watching.